So you want to rank your business higher on Google Maps, but you've got no idea where to start. You hop on YouTube and hear the same advice over and over. Get more backlinks, publish blog posts, collect more reviews. But how do you differentiate between what works and what doesn't? So in this video, I'm ranking the biggest local SEO factors into a tier list so you'll know exactly what to focus on and what's a total waste of time. We'll rank these factors into a 4-tier list. S tier, stuff that actually ranks you. A tier, strong signals that give a big push. B tier, they help but won't carry you alone. C tier, small impact, not worth stressing over. And this tier list comes straight from our experience. So we've done SEO for multiple local businesses and helped them rank higher on Google Maps. And we've been producing these crazy results for years. So everything here is based on real results, not just theory. So first up, we have a complete and verified GMB profile. So this is one of the most important yet most overlooked ranking factors. I mean, it's not even a factor. It's the core of local SEO visibility itself. Yet surprisingly, many businesses still overlook this most basic step. Nothing else you do will matter if your profile isn't complete and verified. Every detail should be accurate, up to date, and fully filled out. This part is a non-negotiable. So naturally, this one goes straight to the S tier. Okay, so up next, we have keywords in your business name. Well, this is one of the most infamous tactics in local SEO because, yes, it actually works, but it's also one of the easiest ways to get yourself in trouble. Some business owners know how Google works, go overboard, and name their business something like this and this. But is it really worth it? You're basically trading your brand identity for a few clicks. People can sense it. Names that sound fake, not like the real restaurant they trust. So here's the deal. If your real, official business name already includes your service or city, that's perfectly fine and can give you a strong boost. But if you rename or edit your listing just to cram in keywords, that violates Google's guidelines. Google will either automatically correct it or even remove it entirely if someone reports it. When done correctly, meaning your signage, invoices, and registration all match that name, and you can prove it, it can still be a game changer. So this one lands in the A tier. It works, but only if you play by the rules. Do it right, and it's a legit ranking advantage. Do it wrong, and you could lose your listing completely. Next up, we have proximity. Proximity basically is how close your business is to the person performing the search. And this is one of the top ranking factors in local SEO. The closer a business is to the user's location, the more likely it is to appear in the search results. Suppose someone searches roof repair near me or pizza shop near me. So Google will prioritize businesses closest to the searcher's physical location, even if a competitor has more reviews or better content. If they're farther away, Google will often rank the closer business higher, especially in map pack results. Since it's one of the strongest but least controllable factors, I'd rank proximity in the S tier, right alongside a complete and verified profile. All right, next up, we have reviews and ratings. Now, this one's interesting because it doesn't just affect how you rank, it affects whether people choose you once they find you. From Google's point of view, reviews help measure your prominence. Basically, how trustworthy and popular your business looks compared to others nearby. The more real positive reviews you have, the better your chances of ranking higher. But here's the key. It's not just about having hundreds of reviews. What Google actually cares about is consistency and authenticity. If your reviews come in steadily, not all at once, it tells Google your business is active and people are regularly interacting with it. That's a huge trust signal. Also, reviews that are detailed, keyword-rich, and natural help way more than generic good service ones. And don't sleep on review responses. When you reply to your customers, good or bad, it shows engagement, and Google loves that. As for the ratings, a steady 4.5-star average or higher with lots of consistent reviews usually beats a perfect 5-star rating from just a handful of people. One more thing I would like to add. Reviews are directly proportional to your click-through rate. Suppose if your business ranks in the top 3 map pack, but it has the least number of reviews out of the 3, you'll get fewer clicks. So while reviews alone won't push you straight to the top, they do make a big difference. That's why reviews and ratings solidly lands in the A tier. Next up, we've got citations. Now, a lot of SEO YouTubers these days love to say citations are dead, not worth your time in 2025. But honestly, I don't agree with that. Yes, a few years ago, citations were a major ranking factor. Back then, if you listed your business on 200 directories with perfectly matching NAP details, you could move up fast in the local results. But today, Google's much smarter. It doesn't care about how many citations you have. It cares about how accurate, consistent, and authoritative they are. Having consistent citations across important and relevant platforms helps Google verify that your business is real and trustworthy. So instead of chasing numbers, focus on quality over quantity. You don't need 300 citations, you just need 20 to 40 accurate, niche relevant, and high authority ones. And make sure your NAP info, name, address, and phone number, matches exactly across the platforms. So, a few years ago, citations would have easily landed in the A tier, but today they've settled into the B tier. They help, but they won't carry you alone. All right, next up, keywords on your website or landing page. This is one of those things everyone mentions, but most people don't really get how it actually affects your local rankings, especially in the map pack or local results. So, here's the deal. Google looks at your website content to figure out what your business does and which searches you should show up for. If your site or the page linked to your Google business profile clearly includes your main service keywords and location keywords in your headline and content, Google can connect the dots between the website and your business listing. That connection tells Google, okay, this business is relevant for this service in this area. But here's the catch. In local SEO, on-page keywords alone won't get you to the top. If your GBP optimization reviews or proximity are weak, even perfect keywords won't save you. So this one lands solidly in the A tier. It's a strong, controllable ranking signal that boosts your relevance and helps everything else work better together. Next up, we have local backlinks. This is probably the most powerful yet most ignored ranking factors in local SEO. Everyone knows backlinks matter in traditional SEO, but in local SEO, it's not just about any link. It's about where that link comes from. When locally relevant websites link to your website, like local chambers of commerce, neighborhood blogs, local news sites, or sponsorship pages, it tells Google your business is a trusted part of that community. These links build local authority and help Google connect your business to that specific area. That's why a single good link from a local newspaper or city directory can outperform dozens of random low-quality links from unrelated websites. That's why I'd put local backlinks solidly in the A tier. They're not the core foundation, but when done right, they give your rankings a massive push in long-term stability. All right, next up, business hours. Now, this one sounds super basic, but it actually has more impact than most people realize. Your business hours help Google understand when you're open, and that directly affects whether your listing shows up for certain searches. Here's what I mean. If someone searches for plumber near me at 10 p.m. and your profile says you're closed, Google is more likely to show businesses that are open right now. So while hours don't help you rank higher overall, they do affect your visibility depending on the time of day. Also, consistent and accurate hours across your Google business profile, website, and other citations send small trust signals to Google. If your hours are inconsistent or missing, it can confuse both Google and potential customers, and that might hurt your credibility slightly. So keeping your hours up to date is essential for user experience and for maintaining consistency. But let's be real, changing your hours alone won't move you up the rankings. That's why business hours lands in the C tier. They have a small but noticeable impact. It's worth keeping accurate, but it's not something you should stress or obsess over. Next up, we've got categories, and this one is a big deal. When you set up your Google business profile, Google asks you to choose a primary category and allows you to add 9 additional secondary categories. Now, your primary category is one of the strongest relevance signals Google uses to understand what your business actually does. If you pick the wrong category, say you choose general contractor instead of roofing contractor, you could instantly lose visibility for your most important keywords. That's how powerful it is. Your primary category basically decides which searches you can even appear for. Meanwhile, secondary categories help you show up for related services, things you do but aren't your main focus. For example, a roofing company might use roofing contractor as the primary and add gutter installation service or siding contractor as a secondary. Here's the key. Your primary category should perfectly match your main service, and your secondary ones should cover the rest of your offerings without overstuffing irrelevant ones. That can confuse Google. When done right, categories tell Google exactly where to place you and which searches you deserve to rank in. It's one of the few settings that can make a major difference overnight if you fix it. That's why primary and secondary categories easily lands in the S tier. They're one of the things that actually rank you. Choose the right ones, and you'll notice a visible jump in local visibility. And that's your full local SEO tier list. Now you know exactly what actually moves the needle and what's just noise. Focus on the S and A tier stuff first. Keep everything else consistent, and you'll start seeing real movement in your local rankings. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and let me know in the comments which factor you think deserves a higher or lower spot.